Refugees whose initial application for asylum was declined cannot stay in the country while they reapply. This was the ruling made by the Constitutional Court on Tuesday, the Apex Court, emphasizing that multiple asylum applications by the refugees constitute an abuse of the system. Now, the ruling overturns a prior judgment by the Supreme Court of Appeal. Junior Khumalo is in studio with us tonight to try and explain this for us in much simpler language as opposed to what we normally hear coming out of court. Junior, simply a certain period was looked into here, perhaps used as an example by the court. I think it's 2014 to the 2018.
Absolutely, yeah.
Talk to us about what happened there and why this period is used as an example.
So this application, Koli, is with regards to two individuals from Burundi. One of them came into South Africa in 2008. The next person came into South Africa in 2014. Then both of them applied for asylum in 2014. So after they applied for asylum, they were not granted asylum because they could not prove that they were being persecuted back from their country of origin. So after not being given asylum, they remained in South Africa. So what is supposed to happen according to the Refugee Act of 1998, they are supposed to be deported to their country of origin and then reapply from their country of origin. But in this case, it doesn't seem to have happened. The officials from Home Affairs knew exactly where these individuals were living because their contact details were in those court documents, but no action was taken. So they remained in the country until 2018. But in 2015, that's where there was an intensifying of the situation in Burundi. So they then approached the courts again, saying that now we have other circumstances that are adverse, that are happening back in our country of origin. So we can't go back to that particular country, and we are reapplying for asylum, which is not allowed according to the Refugee Act. But when they went to the High Court, they lost. When they went to the Supreme Court of Appeal, that's when they won. So the court today, then the Department of Home Affairs approached the Constitutional Court to say that the reading of that particular act by the Supreme Court of Appeal was wrong. But the Supreme Court of Appeal had also relied on the fact that when they appeared again to apply for asylum, they indicated that they now occupied a refugee status called place refugee, which is a status acquired by an individual who comes into a particular country not being a refugee and then only attains refugee status after being persecuted from their country. But originally, these individuals came already to South Africa as refugees. So that's where the Constitutional Court said there was a misreading of this particular act by the Supreme Court of Appeal. But let's take a listen to Justice Kolapan explaining this particular misreading of the regulation.
The revolving door scenario will undermine the integrity of the system. To force the Act to bear the weight of subsequent asylum applications as it stands will place those applications in a framework which was not designed to accommodate them. In conclusion, the first judgment finds that the Act cannot bear the weight of subsequent application asylums as it stands. To conclude differently would place those applications in a framework which was not designed to accommodate them. So too will it invite the inevitable chaos which accompanies what at best may be described as vagueness. In the circumstances and for those reasons, the first judgment would grant leave to appeal, uphold the appeal, set aside the order of the Supreme Court of Appeal, and in its place make an order dismissing the appeal from the High Court to the SCA.
Junior Khumalo, a very interesting case, this one. In fact, what we are going to be doing in the next hour is talk to an immigration lawyer. We're going to get further reaction to this important judgment. Thank you very much for the time being, Junior Khumalo, talking to us about that particular ruling. Okay.